The KPiSync tool is a very, very simple tool to use. First, you'll be prompted to log into the application itself. Once you log into the application, you'll need to create users. As you can see on my screen here, I have 3 users. I have myself set as an administrator, so I have the ability to access, log in, and create KPIs using this application. The user accounts, those are the end users that are going to see the data on the back end through their mobile device. And you have full capabilities of creating and administering the users from this tab. The KPIs themselves, really in the creation of these, it's going to come down to how you want to be notified, what you want to see when it comes down to the conditional formatting for the query that you want to run. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the title, the category, and the description. The SQL query that you want to run, you want to be able to get sums or something, some sort of aggregate that is going to be meaningful to you and your organization. For example, I'm just grabbing the sum, and as mine is for beer sales, and so you can go ahead and preview that and see what the data looks like. You have the ability to set the parameters for your conditional formatting and what lights and what those values are that are going to be for the stoplight values. And as you can see, I've set my green to be above 500, my yellow to be greater than or equal to 350, and my red to be under 350. And then you have the ability to select your tiles. Now, let me go ahead and just say OK on this, and I want to go switch over to my phone emulator to show you how this will actually look on your phone. Now, this KPiSync application for the mobile devices is out and available in all the app stores for Apple, for Android, for Windows, and you can download that for free. Of course, you'll have to have the licensing and the application to be able to utilize it. But as you can see, this is what you're going to get on the downside or the downstream from the KPiSync. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into we're going to go back over here, and we're going to go ahead and change some data. I want to actually change the values. And we're going to go ahead and change this, and we'll drop this way down. And this will change the values in the data. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go push these. So now what that's going to do is that's going to push that data up into the cloud, which will then be disseminated down to the mobile device. Now, let's go back over to my emulator, and as you can see, my beer sales went down to red because the values in the data within my stoplight are well below 350. Now, when we go back over here to, when we go back over here and we rerun this again, and we'll change the data once again, and then we'll go and, once this is done pushing, this will change to yellow. So as you can see, it's not quite instantaneous, but it's pretty quick. What we do is we push the data up to the cloud, and then that pushes it down to the mobile devices. Now, this is all well and good when you set this up. The real nice thing about this is you can group your KPIs together so that you have, say you have 3 different sets of KPIs. You have some that you want to be notified every hour, some you want to be notified every 3 hours, and some you want to be notified daily. So you create groups of those KPIs, and then you can go to our scheduler. Now, our existing customers are going to recognize this, our existing DataSync customers will recognize this as a very similar tool for our DataSync scheduler. And then you can in turn set the recurrence pattern for how often you want this schedule run. And this schedule you can set up to run whatever you want, be it a group of KPIs or individual KPIs. And then you can set it down to literally down to every minute, although I think that might be overkill if you want to be inundated with constant update. But nevertheless, you have that ability. And then once you get this set up, at that increment that you set it up, that information will be run through, it will be synchronized up to the cloud and then pushed down to your mobile application.